For the first time, we hear from one of the victims of that tragic mass shooting in Midland earlier this month. Now out of the hospital, one survivor and his wife sat down with our Stephen Pepper as they detail the overwhelming horror and long road ahead.
I was scared. I thought I was gonna die.
The fear of bleeding out was the only thought in Isaac Bailey's mind when he became one of the 11 people shot during the June 12th deadly mass shooting in Midland. He explains he was stopped at a light on West Wall Street when all of a sudden he felt a sharp pain on his right side. It turns out a bullet had pierced through his elbow and into his torso, sending him into panic.
I put the truck in drive to try to hit some vehicles that way somebody could see me to help me, and then so I started hearing more gunshots, and then I just open the door and I fall out and get low.
Thankfully, he says it only took minutes before a Good Samaritan wrapped a tourniquet around his arm before being rushed to emergency surgery. The 35-year-old suffered a shattered elbow, trauma to his liver and spleen, and significant abdominal injuries. He would spend the next week breathing through a ventilator while in a medically induced coma.
It was very challenging spiritually, mentally, physically. You know, it was because we have 5 kids that live with us at home. So having to, be there with him and, taking care of them too, it was draining.
You doing okay?
5 operations later, Isaac is slowly gaining his strength back. Over the weekend, he finally checked out of Midland Memorial Hospital, beginning rehab at a local facility. But just as he started to progress, he was hit with a major setback.
It was 10 days after the shooting. That's when they told me.
Since Isaac had no timeline to return to work, he was terminated from his salaried sales position. His wife has already been putting off her job to spend every second by his side, and with hospital bills piling up, the Baileys are now worried about the bills at home.
He was at the wrong place, the wrong time, but it wasn't his fault. And then to hear that they were going to let him go, that's just heartbreaking.
But despite the unimaginable stress, the couple celebrated their 8th wedding anniversary on Monday, grateful for another year.
We're blessed that he's able to be here and to be healing the way that he is. He's amazing.
In Midland, I'm Stephen Pepper for News West 9.